Look like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number to a new one. Guys, for this one here,
Sue Bird just erupted in a way absolutely no one expected. Reports claim Caitlin Clark told Team USA she's walking away if she isn't allowed to keep her famous number 22, and Sue's reaction has left the basketball world in total disbelief. The Team USA managing director is now scrambling behind the curtain to control the fallout, but the situation is unraveling quickly. This could be the biggest public relations disaster women's basketball has faced in a long time. Before we break down Sue Bird's response and what Caitlin allegedly said in private meetings, drop this in the comments. If you were Caitlin Clark, would you actually leave Team USA over a jersey number? Because what's happening right now has the potential to reshape the entire future of USA basketball.
Because we ultimately know she was snubbed from the cover of Team USA, and not only is they snubbing her, the disrespect is continuing because it's looking like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her number. Now, this article has come out.
Here's where things completely explode. Team USA essentially manufactured their own crisis. They demanded that Caitlin Clark, the sport's biggest star and the most recognizable name in women's basketball, give up her iconic number 22 for the December training camp. And according to people familiar with the situation, Caitlin's immediate reaction was basically, if I can't wear my number, then I'm not showing up. Now Sue Bird, who oversees the entire program, is reportedly furious and overwhelmed, trying to understand how something so avoidable turned into a massive firestorm. Let's be absolutely clear, this isn't about swapping one number for another. Fans and analysts are seeing this as a direct, intentional sign of disrespect toward the player who almost single-handedly revived interest in the women's game. The athlete whose influence and visibility currently tower above the entire league is being told that the one symbol tied to her identity has to go. And that decision has people everywhere questioning whether Team USA truly understands the cultural phenomenon they have in Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a very creative person. I was born on January 22nd, so it's what I went with when I was about 5 years old, so.
This entire situation blew up right before Team USA's major training camp in North Carolina. From December 12th to the 14th, this camp was supposed to be a major showcase. The world's best talent gathered in one place, featuring stars like Paige Buchers, Juju Watkins, and others. Instead, the whole event is now overshadowed by this strange, unprecedented controversy that could keep the sport's most famous player out of the building altogether. News quickly leaked about the shocking requirement that would strip Clark of the number that has defined her record-breaking college career and her spectacular early success in the WNBA, and the timing couldn't be worse. Clark's global popularity is skyrocketing, and this decision only intensifies the anger of her rapidly expanding fan base. Those fans are now loudly urging her not to give in, not to bend on something so deeply connected to her identity.
The case to be made that Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There is no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number for any woman athlete in the world.
Caitlin Clark's number 22 isn't just another jersey number. It is the single most recognizable number in women's sports today, and without question, no argument can be made against that. From her unbelievable performances at Iowa to her electric debut with the Indiana Fever, 22 has become a defining symbol of her story. It's a badge fans immediately identify whether they're in the highest seat of an arena or watching from across the world. For millions of supporters, it represents far more than digits on her back. It represents a story being written in real time, her personal brand, her rise, her historic journey, yet all of it is intertwined with that number. It embodies her fearless deep-range shooting, her unreal court vision, and the relentless fire that has captivated audiences far beyond traditional basketball circles.
Clark to wear number 17 at Team USA training camp on December 24th. News broke that Caitlin Clark will be taking a part in the training, which that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Now, this right here this came out this came out on the 24th. So these are the numbers, man. Head on over to Twitter and check this out real quick. So this is what was released right here. It says Lauren Betts. Hold on, here's the ages. Where's the number? Here we go, right here. So these are the numbers. Caitlin Clark. Let me blow this all the way up, man. I want to blow this all the way up so y'all can see this. So as y'all can see there, man, how did Caitlin Clark number will be changed? So who's wearing 22? Or if you guys remember, Michael Jordan wore number 45 in the Olympics. Could Caitlin, because it don't look like no one's wearing number 22. It don't look like no one's wearing number 22.
She is now inseparable from the number 22 in the same way Jordan is forever tied to 23 or Gretzky to 99. So forcing her to give that up right now feels like a calculated attempt to weaken that powerful connection. It's confusing, frustrating, and leads everyone to wonder what the real motive is. Maybe the motive is exactly what it appears to be, the organization trying to assert control over a player who has become bigger than the system itself. What makes this even more irritating for Clark's supporters is that this isn't the first time USA Basketball has seemingly downplayed her enormous impact. Remember earlier this year when she was left off the Olympic roster in one of the most shocking decisions in recent memory? That jaw-dropping omission stunned fans and analysts, especially considering her global reach and the massive viewership she consistently generates. This pattern of minimizing or overlooking her star power is fueling intense speculation. Many believe there's a deeper resistance within the organization to fully embracing a generational superstar who is transforming the sport at record speed. Because when you look closely, none of the decisions being made make any sense, unless Team USA feels threatened by just how influential Caitlin Clark has become. As for the number they tried to assign her, according to official updates, Clark was told she'd be wearing number 17 for training camp. 17, a number with absolutely no connection to her journey, and that's the entire point. It's not 22. This forced shift raises major questions about motive, authority, and whether Team USA truly understands the magnitude of the brand she carries. In response, sources say Caitlin basically told them, "Then I don't need to be here." But here's what takes the situation from controversial to outrageous. No one, absolutely no one, on the training camp roster is wearing number 22. Let that sink in. The number wasn't reserved for a veteran. It wasn't promised to a legend. It's just sitting there unused. That single detail changes everything. What could have been brushed off as a logistical issue now feels like a direct and undeniable slight aimed at the most influential athlete of her era. There is no logical reason for the decision. The justification collapses instantly, and that is exactly why Caitlin reportedly drew a hard line. Now Sue Bird is the one dealing with the aftermath. As Team USA's managing director, Sue is responsible for shaping the future of the program. She selected the camp roster. She's supposed to be guiding the next era of dominance. Instead, she's facing backlash from a crisis entirely created by USA Basketball's own actions. Because forcing your biggest star to give up something this integral to her identity was always going to explode. Sue Bird's reaction is being described as everything from stressed to overwhelmed. Reports suggest she's working non-stop behind the scenes, looking for a way to keep Caitlin involved, without completely undoing the policies or decisions that triggered this disaster. But here's the truth. Caitlin Clark holds every ounce of leverage. She doesn't need Team USA. Team USA needs her desperately. Think about it. Clark is already a champion. She has already rewritten the record books. She has already reshaped the sport's popularity. She is already the most marketable athlete in women's basketball. What does she gain from joining Team USA if they refuse to respect her brand identity? The Olympic medal, she can live without it. The international exposure, she already has it. The honor of representing her country, that honor fades when the organization treats you like you're interchangeable. And what does Team USA lose if Caitlin walks away? Everything. They lose their biggest star. They lose the player who brings in mainstream audiences. They lose the athlete who sells out arenas and drives TV ratings. They lose the face of the sport's future. Sue Bird understands this. That's why behind closed doors, she's reportedly panicking, because this situation exposes how little leverage Team USA actually has over its brightest star. This entire fiasco is also a reminder of the larger, ongoing disrespect female athletes face. It connects to issues of pay, working conditions, travel standards, and the constant fight for recognition, even as the sport is finally growing at an unprecedented rate. When the most visible athlete in the entire women's game is treated this way, it sends a destructive message throughout the league. It highlights the long-standing frustrations and brings even more attention to the systemic problems still plaguing the sport despite its recent boom. The intense disputes over the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement and the a looming possibility of a lockout only underline how deep these issues run. Thanks for watching. If this message inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Remember, mastering your mind is the first step to mastering your life. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one.